What is up, Hyperdrivers? Today in the house, I got a brand new Clone Trooper helmet. This one belongs to the 187th Legion. These are the guys that are commanded by none other than the baddest motherfucker in the Star Wars galaxy, Jedi Master Mace Windu. I was really surprised to see this one at Galaxy's Edge on May the 4th. I didn't know it was coming out. So when I saw it, I snagged it up so that we could take a closer look at it. So in this video, I'm gonna go over the price, where we found it, and I'm gonna compare it to the Hasbro Black Series Clone Trooper helmet that came out last year. So let's go. All right, so this helmet runs $99 at the park, which is cheaper than a Black Series helmet, so that's cool. And it's eligible for the Disney pass holder discount. So if you have one, that's a benefit for you as well. You can get, I forgot what it was, 15 or 20% off. It's a decent little discount that you get on it. I found this over at the Stage 1 store, which is the store nearest the Muppet Show. But I can imagine that it's probably also at Keystone. I couldn't get in there because of the line, but Keystone definitely holds helmets sometimes, so I would check Keystone. That's at the front of the park as you walk into Hollywood Studios. Also, the store that's with Star Tours, you want to check that one out as well, and then possibly Doc Ondar's, although Doc Ondar's didn't have it there yesterday. So that's the places you can check to find it. Now, this is a huge box. It's a cube, as you can see, but it's much bigger than the box that came with the Black Series helmet. So here is a look at the Black Series helmet box. You can see the difference in size. It's quite a bit bigger, all right? So if space is an issue, you might want to throw out the box. It takes 3 AAA batteries, and it says that it has a couple different features. You have the voice changing effect, which I imagine is the same as the one that comes with the Black Series. It's kind of like a distorted effect, but it also says that it has real character phrases. So it may have options to play actual character voices. So that would be a plus over the Black Series. That'd be something different. All right, so that's it. Let's pop it out and see what it looks like. There's the helmet. This thing is sick. It's shiny though. Very, very, very shiny. There's the helmet. Looks like you got some padding in there. What is this? Whoa. Okay, so it looks like they give you all of the padding separately. And then you have some Velcro that I guess you could take and stick to it. So that's very different than the Black Series right away. All right, so right away, I love the colors. Now, these colors didn't replicate like this when it was in the store. I almost thought that the purple sections were gray when I saw it in the store. So I didn't even realize that it was Mace Windu's battalion. Jason had to point it out to me. But in here in my room, it actually does come off a little more purple than it does gray. So I like how that comes out. There's some teal areas. I always thought these helmets were completely purple. I like that it has a different color going on with it. You got some scratches that are painted in. I like that some of the stripes are kind of scratched out, you know, and then there's some dirt and grime, a little bit of dirt and grime in the sides here. The only thing I can say about as far as the paint goes is that it's very, very glossy. And so is this one, but I imagine if it's more dirty like this, then it would be more dull, you know? But other than that, I mean, it's a toy. So yeah, I really don't expect much, especially for $100. This looks pretty cool for $100. All right, so here are the two helmets, and here's how they stack side by side. You can see that the Black Series helmet is actually a little taller than the one from Disney. This one here, it sits a little bit lower than this one. So let's check it out by height. Pick up my measuring tape. So this one's just a little over 12 inches. And this one here is closer to 12 and a half, 13 inches almost at the very top. So this one here is taller. You can see also that the side pieces here, they don't line up. So there's that. Side by side comparison. Let me see the difference. This one here, doesn't look as deep. So it's 11 inches from the nose to the back, maybe just a little bit over that. And then on the Black Series, it's more like 11 and a half inches. So the Black Series helmet is also deeper, You can also see that these back sections right here, the Black Series one is huge compared to this one. So there's a big difference there. The nose section on the Black Series protrudes out more than on this one. This one here, it seems like it's a little further back. So that's interesting. I don't know which one's more accurate, but just judging by size, now you can even see that this part of the nose section here, the chin, I guess, or whatever, it's taller. It sits higher up. The mouth also sits higher up. All the way around, this helmet is smaller than this helmet. You have some of the same sculpted areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these sections here, I don't know what to call them, but they're the same count. They're just, you know, bigger on this one than it is on that one. So that's interesting. I love that this one's all colored up. I like that. I just wish it was duller, like not as glossy. But I like the size of this one, you know, so I'm thinking this one's probably more accurate when it comes to size, but you know, they're both cool helmets. So let me see if there's any difference in the eyes. Yeah, so like in the eyes here, there is like it's a little more rounder, is what I can see. Look at the eyes here, and you can see that this one here is sharper. This one here doesn't point in points in a little bit more. This one here seems to have a little more of a radius as it comes around. Okay, and then there's actually a little more depth in where it goes back to the visor. This one here kind of has an angle that goes back like that, so it's got a little more depth. This one here is thinner. So there's that, and it makes the eyes themselves look smaller on this helmet, you know, versus this one. So there's that too. Yeah. Some of the angles here, this is a little bit bigger here on this one than on here where the cheekbone is. It's a little more sharper. So it's got some of the same sculpts, but you know, some things are just a little bit different. This black rim that goes around, it's got more angle and a little more protrusion on this one. This one seems to be a little more flat, doesn't have as much of an indentation when it comes out. So there's that. This section here, again, same thing. It protrudes a little bit more, so it cuts in more. This one here is almost in line with it. It barely goes in. So I like the sculpt of this helmet more than this one overall. So that's my opinion about that part of it. Also, that you get a little bit different technology with this one. So let's take a look. So like on the Black Series, like I told you before, doesn't have this option to open up to put on. So this one here kind of opens up, and I imagine because it's smaller, that's the reason why they did it. You have the battery holder in the center there. On the Black Series helmet, it's in the back. But on this one, it's in there and then into the top of the head. Also, let me check something else here. The Black Series helmet has a little more sculpted details on the inside of the helmet. So there's sculpted details on the inside. This one here, not so much. This one here is kind of just clean and black. There's not really much going on inside of the helmet. Okay, there's two settings outside of off. You have on with the phrases, and then you have on with voice changing effect. So we'll test both of those out. I'm just gonna keep it on both of them, I guess. So check out these phrases. It sounds like the audio is coming out from the top of the head. Wow. It's got a lot of voices. That's pretty cool. All right, let's put this thing on so I can see how the voice changing works. that's just kind of neat. So it has a part here for your nose so that it rests on the top of your nose and then keeps your eyes in line with the visor. The visor on this one is pretty dark. It's kind of yellowing in the effect, so like everything looks kind of yellow. And yeah, so that's where that keeps. And then the part where you speak through, there's an actual speaker that or microphone that sits like right at your mouth level. So that's kind of cool too. So here's the mic away from me. And like I said, it sounds like it's just the same thing like with the Black Series helmet. It just distorts my voice. So, you know, it doesn't really make you sound like anybody, but, you know, that's the effect that it gives. I really do like these phrases that it comes with, though. That is super, super clear. Like when I the same effect is in the Black Series, the X-Wing pilot helmets, and you get those audio effects, but they're not as loud as this. This is really loud. So that's pretty cool. So I think if you're a fan of the Clone Troopers, this is a really good buy at Disney right now. $99. I mean, if you have your pass holder discount, I think it comes out to like 80 bucks or 84 bucks. So, you know, it's way under 100 bucks. You got a very well painted helmet. You know, aside from the gloss, I think it could be dulled down a little bit, but a very nicely painted helmet, a pretty accurate sculpt for the Clone Trooper helmet, you know, and you get some voice changing effects along with it and some phrases that come from the TV show. That's really cool. So that's my opinion about it. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. Until next time, may the Force be with you.